G'day, Will. Just doing my video check-in for the week. Apologies, it's a bit late. I've had a pretty crazy week. So I sort of alluded to it last week, but there was a death in the family, and so there was a lot of external stuff that I had to take care of this week. In Italian families, there's a lot of responsibility, that goes around a family member dying, especially when it's a young family member, and it was quite a shock to a lot of people. But that took up a lot of my time, and on top of that, I also wound up getting sick during the middle of the week, just a small head cold, and I think between that, work becoming really busy, and a few stressful events happening there, really had zero motivation for training. I was very, very tempted to just not go on Thursday, which is quite unlike me. It's not something that I've actually had to deal with before. But pushed through, had a reasonable session. So you know, I guess the thing that I keep learning as a trainee, and it's a lesson I learn over and over again, is that even though I feel like shit or I don't feel like doing it, if I just turn up, it goes okay. So I guess that's the important part of the lesson, is just turn up and do the work. Even if it's not the best squats I'll ever do or the best bench press, even if it's not technically amazing, just get in there, do the work and get it done. But yeah, so I guess that was the long and the short of it. I think my squats this week were better. I'll throw up a video now and see what you think. Okay, so please ignore the fact that I forgot to pause the first rep. This actually happened on two of the sets that I recorded. But otherwise, I think that depth is much better. My pause too short? Not sure. Let me know if you want me to pause longer than that. But I think that the positions are better than they were last week. I think just the lift overall was a little bit better. It's only a handful of reps here, but I also included part of my high bar set, which will come up in a second. So this is a bit further away. I feel like I'm balanced. I'm sort of starting to get used to the high bar positioning a little bit better. And these are fairly light for higher reps, but yeah, let me know if you have any comments with these too. Other lifts were okay. Bench press was pretty good. My deadlifts were a bit shit. I got better at pushing my hips through, like we spoke about in the last video, and sort of finishing the lift without sort of dragging my shoulders back, which is, I think, the way I was doing it earlier, that you're trying to correct. But yeah, with the deadlifts, they were a bit messy. It was Friday. I was tired. I was over it. So I'm not even going to put them up because it's not worth critiquing at this stage. Next week, I will make sure that I focus harder on them and put up some sets that I think are good to show you, and will be representative of where my form and strength is at on that lift. Accessories were all fine. No big dramas. The single-legged dumbbell stuff is going all right. I find it more tiring than strength related. So, by the time I'm up to, the 10th rep on the second leg, I'm starting to get a bit puffed. So conditioning is, I guess, something I should start focusing on again. I'm trying to make sure that I go for a couple of walks each week, or at least be more upright and walking throughout my day. Sundays when I'm on site, that's really easy. I wind up doing a lot of walking back and forth. But Sundays, if I'm just in the office, I need to sort of consciously make sure I get out and walk some distance to just to get some extra steps in. It's getting harder as it gets into summer and it's quite hot, but it's just something I have to do. Other than that, what have I missed? Nutrition was all right. I've cracked the shits with a diet. It's been 6 weeks now. I'm not losing enough weight. I'm taking not a full break. I'm not, throwing everything out the window, but this weekend I've decided that I'm just going to eat healthily as opposed to eating very targeted groups at very targeted times. Just to give myself a little mental break from it and see next week how I feel, and if I want to continue on with the final awful stage of this eating plan, and see how I go with that. All right, I think that's about it. Let me know your thoughts or anything else. I'll speak to you soon.